Good afternoon. It's my very privilege to call upon the moderator of the next session, which is session 4. The moderator is Mr. Charlie Mao, who is a very industrial expert and also a old friend or a longer heritage friend, Pipa Smart, to conduct the next sessions. So let us have a privilege to welcome these moderators to conduct the next session, please. Thank you.
Thank you very much, and thank you for your very kind and gracious welcome to this session. I'm honoured to be moderating this session with Charlie Mao, who I've known for many years and who I greatly respect as a hugely knowledgeable person about all aspects of publishing. Now, I can't see Charlie here at the moment, but I hope he is here. But if not, what I would like to do first is to invite our speakers to share their cameras. So our first speaker for this session will be Dr. Erwin. Our next speaker is Dr. Sam Matthew. We then have Melissa Harrison, Professor Joan Marsh, and then at the end of the session, Mr. Dick Rantarosa. I'd like to welcome you all to this session and to ask if you could share your cameras so that the delegates can see you. And I'm just checking my cameras now. I can see Joan, welcome. And Dr. Erwin, welcome. Welcome, we've not met. Melissa Harrison, hello. We've not met, very good to see you. And Dr. Sam Matthew, very pleased to meet you here. Thank you so much.
Hi, Pipa.
Oh, Mariam, hi, how are you?
I'm good, how are you?
Very good, thank you. And thank you so much for inviting me to this session.
Thank you, Pipa. We need just a few seconds to take the picture of all of the available panelists and the moderators. So everyone, the panelists, speakers, moderators, put their camera on so that the host can take the picture. Dr. Mona, Dr. Ghazi, Dr. Rao, Dr. Mona, please put the camera on. So, on to smile. Just another picture. Smile. Thank you. Pipa and Charlie, now you can start forward with the your panel and moderator of the session.
Thank you. Over to you, Charlie.
Okay. So nice to meet you here. Just like you said, I know you. I met you the first time 15 years ago in ALPSP training session. And really impressive. You are so knowledgeable. So returning back. So the first, let me think. So in this session, altogether there are 5 speakers. And so just a kind of reminder. So for each speaker, the time duration is for 15 minutes. And so during the course, if anyone has any sort of questions, you can raise your question in the Q&A room during the whole session 4. And now, the first one. So let us welcome Dr. Erwin to give his speech on the topic is Sustainable Academic Goals, Reducing Dependence to Commercial Publishing. And Dr. Erwin works at Bandung Institute of Technology, Indonesia. So the time is 15 minutes. Let's start. Dr. Erwin, your turn.
Yeah, thank you, everyone. Good afternoon. Thank you. I was invited by Mariam, several weeks ago. Thank you for inviting me in this session. Also, thank you to Charlie and Pipa for moderating this session. So I will share my screen now. Did everyone notice the background of my Zoom slides? There's a Harry Potter car in there, so I hope it's the real. I can draw the real car very well. So, okay, now I will wait. Yeah. So I'm not sure if there's another geologist in the room this afternoon. So my name is Dasapta. My background is geology. I work in Institut Teknologi Bandung or Bandung Institute of Technology, whichever you might use. And I study hydrogeology. So I study geology and also groundwater based on the hydrochemistry. So in my line of work, I use many open source tools, and also since 2013, I have jumped myself into the world of open science. So I kind of self-learn about open access, open science, and then try to move along with the flow, with making friends with so many interesting people on Twitter. I tweet from this account, Dasapta Erwin. So please, we can follow each other. My topic today is sustainable academic goals, reducing dependency to commercial publishing. So if you see the slides, the original article, you can read the original article here. There's the link here. So I draw this based on an article wrote by Jordan Baker to cover the statement of Vice Chancellors of Australian National University that says global rankings are distorting universities' decisions. So I think the world now, the globe, is kind of not round anymore because people are drawing their interest on this globe, right? So it's kind of distorted. One needs to follow the rankings. The other people need to increase the international students and then increase the ranking. And also the other one complain about the workloads. So this academic world that we are inside, working inside, a world that it's not completely round anymore. So it's kind of distorted. So we're moving away from the substantial component to the administrative components. See, every even in my university, every policy, most of them are directly into the main goals of how to increase the reputation, the rankings, and so on. So promoting journals brand aside to focusing on the share of the contents itself. And then this situation has been used by the market to put the word open access as a commodity, right? So they come with this model that shift the payment from the readers, initially from the readers, to the authors. So they label it called open access. So our options now as an author, as a researcher, are limited. Only two options, whether we would publish our papers non-open access or open access with a very expensive price, right? And then this is the impact. More money flows out from the real stakeholders, us, right? This is the researchers, common public, the funders, university, and libraries. More money flows out from us, the real stakeholders, to the right side, for-profit publisher. Why for-profit publisher? Because most of their products are in the focus of the ranks, right? Most of their product is on the highest ranks. So less benefits received by the real stakeholders, that is the common public. So when we're talking about open access, open science, just like the world before the era of open access, there's some people that is left behind, right? Now, in the era of open science, open access, we also left people behind. Those people are the people that cannot afford to pay publishing charges, right? In those so-called globally ranked journals, right? So this picture, I draw this picture from an article written by Tony Ross and the other co-authors, entitled this, Open Science Who is Left Behind. The link of the original article is here. So this happens before our eyes now, right? Every day. This is the further impact, right? I also work with an institution called ON-MERRIT, which observed the Matthew effect in academics. So in this case, in Indonesia, with this whole situation, big universities or big institutions would only get bigger, right? Because they get more funding, they get more lab support from the government, they get more incentives, they get the best research staff that they can recruit, right? And then on the other hand, there's this smaller university, smaller institution that only get smaller and then eventually die, because most of the resources, national resources, are directed into those big universities, including my universities, one of them. So with the motivation of this one, only how to get the ranking increase. So there's the only 2 slides left. So this is the proposed solution. How can we meet at the central, right? The world now, the academic world now is kind of divided into the north and the south. And what if we can meet at the middle based on the internal component of the research itself? So it's not about journal brand, it's not about where it published, but the content, the real content of the research, right? So why can we meet at the middle, right? It's not about how the Global South has to communicate the research only in English to get to be marked as international research. And it's not always like that, but also people from the North are willing to learn more languages. And so if they need to study areas in the Global South, so they need to study also the language, because the previous speakers says there's a lot of advancement in IT industry, including translation software, because now I think we can translate most of the languages in the world into English, and also vice versa. So our world of academic should not be narrow like the one we live in now, because the internet has been grow very fast, and the internet is created to hammer down the wall of barriers. Instead, we are hammer down the barriers in the academic. We build another walls. We build new walls, right? So why can we meet at the central? So this is the last slide. Why can we work mostly or maximize our collaboration with community-led initiative. In each countries that already here in the audience should have very each distinct community, societies, right? This is just a few that we have right now. These two, pre-review and PCI, is a society or a initiative on peer reviewing, open peer reviewing, so people can post the article into preprint server and then share it into this network to get feedback. And also we could build, this is an instance from Indonesia. We have our own preprint server, the RAIN archive, hosted by the government and funded by the government. We also can work our way into reducing our dependency using this way, preprint server. And also we should support many other initiatives. This is one of them. I actively participate in this initiative, Translate Science. So whenever we eventually publish our research in English in some journals, and then we have the necessity, we have the necessity to also translate the content, right, into our own language. So if you feel like you have to publish your research in those branded journal because you have to get promoted, but you also need, right, to bring the contents into your own society. We can use social media. Usually we're using YouTube here. So I made another video telling people about the content of our paper, recently published paper, by making an audio visual recording of me and also other co-authors to explain what is the content of our paper or our research. So we should work on this. So science is not only going to be narrowed down to be those that has been only science that has been published in journals, articles. That's all. Thank you very much. I appreciate if you have any question or feedback from this presentation. Thank you, Charlie. Thank you, Pipa, for the time.
Dr. Irawan, thank you so much. Your presentation is very vivid. You have quite a lot of drawing pictures. That is very, very attracting. And also you have very good some proposal or initiatives, including translation. And also you mentioned that internet should take more function. All these are very good ideas. Thank you so much. Wonderful, wonderful presentation. Thank you so much.